Good evening, good evening. I'm back. This is my secondary channel. The underrated, the number one grinder, real talk. Yours truly, the number one grinder. Got another one for y'all. The underrated MMA sports talk number 33. Wait for some brothers to come through. I'm gonna read this off. Just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still winners. That's the real. That's the real. Excuse me. So I'm going to hit off with the email. With the intro. Oh, let me read this off first. I'm sorry. Read this off. Just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still winners. That's the real number one grind. All right. Let me get this out the way. All right. We'll hit y'all intro. And uh, we'll be right back. Welcome to my channel, the underrated darkness, yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder, the best kept secret in YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talk. This is the underrated MMA sports talk number 33. We got the one and only brother George in the building. Welcome, welcome. Good evening. How you doing? Hello? Hello?
You got me? Hello.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
right here. Yeah.
yeah. Hello. How y'all doing? I hope y'all enjoyed your weekends. It's daylight saving time, so you get you don't really get much extra hours. Just the day, the lights out a little more longer than usually is, and hope y'all enjoyed y'all Sunday. And blessings and greetings to my brother, the underrated darkness.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Now introduce. Now we got somebody in here like family. Introduce yourself, please.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
All right. All right. Welcome, family. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to be on.
Yeah,
Talking this
likewise.
MMA.
Yeah, man. Glad. Yeah, I didn't forget. I didn't forget. I make sure you put first. Reach out to Escacha. I didn't hear from him, so I send the link to him to his email. Hope he gets it. Hope he come on and everything. So welcome. Thanks. Good. Oh yeah, let me tell you. I did a self live earlier. I want you to go check it out, please. Some do spiritual and the stuff. I want you to go check it out and everything. All right. Let's jump in it.
Mhm. Well, let's start. As you know, there was this kind of was pretty busy for MMA this past few days, and Victor had a card this last Wednesday. I think Bellator also had a fight,
Hmm.
and there was also yes night there was I think it was UFC Fight Night 50, and I think there was some BK, there was also I think some technical boxing too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty active this weekend.
Yeah, it was active. Yeah, we don't talk about
Yeah,
little boxing and doing the week and stuff like that. All right,
yeah.
so let's get into these fights in and everything. What y'all think about it?
Well, what I did was I watched the Invicta card. It was on Wednesday night because they showed their cards on YouTube. Also, you can catch it on Access TV. It was I think about five fights. The main event was Karina Rodriguez versus Diana I can't say her name right, but I say Diana. She's a Brazilian. Now,
Mhm.
originally, she was supposed to fight a girl by the name Katlyn Souza, but Souza had to drop out for some reason. And her and Diana, they fought last year for the title because it was vacated after the former champion Vanessa Porter went to Bellator, and they
Mhm.
fought for that title. So this was a second fight between them, and she was supposed to originally fight a Russian fighter by the name of Marina Duviera, but they felt like she was the one that one step up, took the opportunity to fight the champ because she wanted a shot at the title again. And then Duviera had to fight a fighter by the name of Denise Gomez. That fight was this girl just came off the plane from Brazil and was put into the undercard. And it was pretty good. There's some pretty good fights on there. I mean, people got to give Victor a lot of chance. I know a lot of guys not into the thing with seeing women fighting. They feel like not enough as it's exciting compared to the men. But if you sometimes I've seen some women fights that are pretty good. They're sometimes better than the men. And it was a decent card. I like the Victor because Victor is one of it used to be just the only company that just did women's MMA solely, but it's none the one out of Canada. And over
Mhm.
there, former UFC fighter Sarah Kaufman is the champion over there at women 35.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it was a pretty good card. I mean, also Daniel Taylor was also fighting that card against Liz Tracy. They fought a couple months back on the same card, but Daniel Taylor was fighting for the Invicta 115 title, and she has that famous knockout. It's been memed where she gets hit by Ashley Cummings, and then she just freezes up like a robot, and Cummings hits her with a foot. I mean, you can find it anywhere on YouTube. And that same fight that was you had the undercard was Teen Shatina versus Lisa Vareza, whatever name I say her name. And she fought again, and Tracy also fought as this card. She fought against Joey Escabel, and and pretty much Tracy was just dominated. Dynamite Taylor. She was just one point in the first round, she had her on her back, hitting her with top control, and then even hit her from the side. I mean, it was a pretty much a dominant performance. I like Daniel Taylor, but I think she might need to find something else outside of MMA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, brother. Watcher. Got anything on it?
No, I didn't see that card. I mean, I saw a bit of the UFC yesterday, which I only saw I saw a clip of one fight on the prelims, and then I saw about 2 or 3 on the main card. I think like Drew Dober beating Terrence McKinney was pretty foreseen, dude. I never thought McKinney was that good. Again, like that was just a bad fight for him to take. I mean, yeah, he hurt him, but you have to finish. And a lot of guys don't know how to finish. They stuff around on the ground, they end up getting a reverse position or whatever, and then they end up getting finished, and they kind of shrug it off like it's nothing, but it's not really. I mean, like a lot of these guys are getting hyped up and then they take a loss and all of a sudden the train stops, I kept hearing, how good of a card it was, but I only saw, bits of it. But, I mean, it's a fight night card, Not all of them are gonna, freaking stand out. I saw the Khalil Roundtree fight. That was a good one. Khalil Roundtree just freaking he's going back to the soccer kicking. He's kicking that dude in the ribs. He almost push kicked him down again. I thought Roundtree would win. He's just got to get his mind right, really, and not be so wild with his hooks because he does get very open when he throws those hooks. He needs to be careful with that, but we'll see what he can do. There is a bit to unpack with that, but yeah.
Okay, got you. El Scotcha, he's in the building. Check your email. Check your email right now. I send the link. Get on the panel to your email. All right. Check your email right now. I send it. If it doesn't come through, let me know. I resent it. But I send it to your email. I want you to get up in here too. Yeah, I think some of it. Brother Watcher, Brother George, last card that Brother Watcher, it was okay. It was all right. I mean, it ain't nothing like stick out. I mean, the ones won, they win.
See, with the fight nights, I was gonna say with the fight nights, it's not as big as it used to be. As they since the old thing hit with the pandemic, they kind of shut them down. They don't do like they used to back in the day, having different cities and stuff like that. They just mostly exclusively do them in Vegas. And then, and sometimes, they have some fight nights that, the main event wasn't that great. No one really cared to see it. Sometimes they have some, once in a while they have some good fight nights, but it's just everybody. The big thing is usually if you have a good big pay-per-view, after that, it kind of, just, and then you have to wait till the next pay-per-view. I think after one Masvidal versus Covington is it's gonna be a while for you to see anything that's gonna kind of trump that.
Okay, got you. Let's welcome S Gotcha 23.
Good afternoon, bro. How you guys doing, man?
Yeah, good afternoon, brother.
Good afternoon.
Today is the B day.
Oh, supposed to start baseball?
No. B day.
His day.
Oh, his birthday? Oh, hey, bro. I didn't know. Happy birthday. How are you, young man?
31.
31? I thought you was 20.
God. Nah. Boy, I missed 30. Especially for me, because this year I'm going to be 49. Oh, God.
I think, George, now you're making me feel old here. I've been past 30 a long time ago.
Yeah, don't you miss 30 underrated? you thought you were gonna hit 30, but then when you hit past 40, you say, "Dang, I wish I was 30 again."
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, that's good age. Good age. Yeah, good age. Yeah, all right. But thanks for coming. On your birth, on your, you know.
Like I said, I didn't really do much. I just think of it as
Okay.
an ordinary day. You know what I mean? It's not much to do. So, but thank
Well,
you guys for the wishes, though.
you're welcome, brother. Because you know what, everything, every other day that you are up above ground is a good day. That's all that really matters. But you
You
enjoy
live,
your
you live,
day.
you live to see another day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, I would have been enjoyed my birthday in the Philippines, but that's still
Yeah.
next year. That's next year, but we can't do it this year because, like I said, things are still a little bit too complicated to travel over there. But
Yeah.
next year, everything will be a lot more easier for me to go inside the Philippines again. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna treat my birthday as an ordinary day. But next year, oh man, my birthday is gonna be lit up.
You go wild out. You go,
Exactly.
oh, it ain't my fault. Did I do that?
All right. All right. Now, what you got on these matches, brother?
Um, I'll say last night the card was pretty good. I liked it. It was pretty good, but the main event was kind of lackluster. You know, I expected I can't even say the dude's name, Akalaya. I expect him to be a little bit more aggressive, but I guess he was afraid of Thiago Santos' power. You know,
Right.
so that's why he played the range game. That's why he didn't really attack Thiago Santos that much. But also, I was actually a little bit disappointed in Thiago Santos. Ever since that he tore his ACL, he's just never been the same. You know what I mean? Because like I said, he just didn't push the action. You know, he was just waiting for that one big shot. You know what I mean? Like I said, he got it at the end of the second round when he dropped Akalaya. But after that, rounds 3, 4, and 5, he didn't do shit, man. But yeah, like I said, the main event was kind of lackluster, but the rest of the card was pretty good, man. There was one fight that I was actually sad. It was Sadiq Youssef versus Bruce Leroy. Because I like Bruce Leroy. I like that he was on that 5-fight win streak, and I was pulling for him to win the fight. But my man, he lost, man. Because like I said, I like both Youssef and Bruce Leroy. But like I said, I was pulling for Bruce Leroy the most. But he ran into a good opponent, and that's the thing about Bruce Leroy. He looks good against the lower tier guys, but then when he goes up into like the higher rank guys, he doesn't look that great. But he lost the fight. Tennis McGree, I'm glad that he lost because, like I say, he support Joe Rogan. Anybody that support Joe Rogan, they can go fuck themselves. So I'm glad that he lost that fight.
Fucking company, man.
Yeah,
fuck whole road game.
yeah, fuck.
With a hot iron and a piece of
like I said, the other fight was how you say this dude Sung Yudong when he stopped Marlon Moraes. And another thing about Marlon Moraes that he's just never been the same after he took that beating by Henry Cejudo. I mean, like I said, his last. Let me look it up real quick. Give me a sec. His last. Let's see.
TS Boxing in the building. How you feel? We'll see you in the wild.
In his last 6 fights, he's 1-5, and he's been. And like I said, in those last 1 and 5, he's been stopped. He's been stopped like really bad. So it's time for Marlon Moraes to at least hang it up, or like I say, he should get a fight with Cody Garbrandt to determine which one of those guys should lead the company. You know what I mean? I got to look at to remember the other fights was on the card as well. Alex Pereira versus Bruno Silva. That was a pretty good fight. I thought that Alex Pereira was going to get Bruno Silva out of there. There was points in the fight. Bruno Silva, he actually landed some good shots on Pereira too as well. Pereira's his grappling was pretty good too. He was stuffing a lot of good of Bruno Silva's takedowns as well. Like I said, that was a good fight. Let's see. There was that one fight. The guy, Christian Monten, I can't even say his damn name. If you guys remember, he was the guy who got battered for like 3 rounds against Sean O'Malley. Well, like I said, he got stopped in the first round, and a lot of people were saying that the stoppage was bad. I thought that was a good stoppage because Christian, he wasn't defending himself. He was just defending himself. Don't get me wrong, the guy, he's all heart, but like I said, he wasn't defending himself. So I thought, to me, that was a good stoppage. The women's flyweight was Sabrina Mazo and Maverick. For me, I don't think Serena Maverick is all that great. That's just me. I don't think she's that great. Maybe it's just a step up competition because, like I said, she looked good in the lower promotion, but ever since she came into UFC, she hasn't been that good. And I think, I hate to say it, George, but I think one more fight, if she loses one more fight, she might be cut.
I won't be surprised because the thing is, they brought in too early. What was the thing was they saw she was young, and then that when she was in Invicta, Vanessa Porter was still champion at the time. They were afraid that she fought Vanessa Porter, she'll lose. And then UFC don't want, because coaches talking about how UFC didn't pick up Vanessa Porter. They don't want to get Karina Rodriguez because they're older, but they're still good fighters. They're good champions, and with Miranda, she needed more time to build herself as a fighter. Let her take that fight with Porto, take the loss, build herself back up, maybe take a shot at the title again. But they wanted to grab her because she was young. And now she has become compromised. She got married to this boy. Now she got civilized. What's going to happen if she's not careful and if she's not on protection or something like that? She's going to get knocked up. And I think that's Dana's fear, because especially when you get these young girls and they got boyfriends, and how coach said, because it's called the tip. That's what happened to Sabina Masso. That was happened to a couple of these young fighters. They let these young boys talk them out of their panties. They hop on pop, and they lose their savagery. They get domesticated. That's why Valentina is so good. She is, because she's not domesticated. That's what happened to Amanda Nunes. She got domesticated. When you get domesticated, you lose that. Like, you can talk about some fighters, whenever they get married and have, they get settled down, they lose their savagery. A good example of like even some professional players like Ben Roethlisberger. I keep talking about this. When Ben was crashing cars, motorcycles, and raping strippers, he was pretty good. But then when he got married and got kids and settled, then he kind of lost that, savagery in him. When you're a savage, and once you get domesticated and civilized, you don't have that same, society. Now, people talk about Tom Brady. What Tom Brady was never really a savage. He was already domesticated. And I never liked the guy, but he had talent. But if you're a savage and get domesticated, you lose that bit of yourself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, the card was pretty good. Only thing that was bad was just the main event.
Yeah, we talked about earlier how the main events of these fight nights can never compare to the main events of the pay-per-views, and sometimes just slap some things together because it's just, that's all they really most of the time to do, is just slap something together.
Right. Watches, that's your guy, right? Thiago Santos.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, man. What do you think about that, man? What do you think of his performance, man?
I mean, looking back on it now, I think you should have called it after the Jones fight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, like MCL, ACL, and then he tore something else. That's not worth it, Again, like, he's just fighting those demons, I guess, and his coach is just providing shit advice in the corner. Breathe. I mean, I don't know what these coaches are on about. Like, for 30 seconds of the minute rest, they're just telling their fighter to breathe. I mean, tell them technical advice, stuff about strategic motions that they can bring to the cage, as opposed to just telling them to breathe. They fucking don't worry about all that. Uncle Liev was doing a lot of talking before this fight. There'll be a lot of blood. Yeah, there was a lot of blood on your shin. Again, this guy was saying, I'm going to stop him, this and that. He made a mistake signing the contract. That's fine. It's all good. But, the one that got knocked down was him.
Yep.
you know, and you saw the look on his face. He didn't know what the fuck happened. You know, he was lucky it was the end of the round because who knows? Maybe if there was a minute left, you know, Thiago might have let that hammer go and might have stopped him. But it is what it is. I might be salty a little bit, but, you know, it's the expectation these days. In my opinion, Ankalaev doesn't beat a lot of guys. He looks for one shot. It's very clear now in his fights. I think he lost to Paul Craig, the Scottish dude, if I'm not mistaken, because they mentioned him last night. But again, they're just trying to push this guy as like some light heavyweight Khabib, that Dagestani thing. It's now marketable all of a sudden. This whole thing. I don't see anything special. Yeah, he's got some power and he's, you know, physically imposing. But he doesn't do much in the ring. And we saw last night a very big weakness. There's a big hole in his game. He doesn't defend leg kicks very well either.
Mm-hmm.
And Thiago didn't throw many, which means that he actually did have opportunities to get the timing down, to, you know, step back and check the kick, catch it. But he didn't really do that. That guy should be fighting at heavyweight, to be honest. Like, honestly, he looks too big for this weight division. Thiago used to be a welterweight, and then he moves all the way up to 205. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I was a little salty, but I don't care really at this point. I did see Ankalaev and Anthony Smith after the fight talking, and Anthony Smith said, you know, he's ready for that, but he said that their team sent him an offer to fight when Anthony Smith was coming off a staph infection. And Anthony Smith's like, now that I'm off it, I haven't got anything from them. And that Ankalaev dude, he just dismissed it yesterday. He didn't want to fight Anthony. So do prepare for more bullshit to come out of that Ankalaev camp, because you watch, they'll be strategic in who they pick from now on in. You know, they were expecting a finish. They didn't get it. They weren't close to it. And, yeah, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, you get boring main events sometimes. You know, it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think what was the last really big main event of the fight fight night? I think probably
was it the main event between Francis and then what's it the Cyril Gane? Because they were hyping up that fight to be fireworks, but
it was I think it was a big disappointment.
Yeah.
I think, you know, probably the last big one had to be I hate to say Covington and Masvidal. I don't think so. Maybe Covington and Usman. You know, Israel and Whitaker wasn't, to me, that big. You know, that was predictable. You know, after that, you know, I think it seemed like, you know, to me personally, it seemed like anytime when Valentino has a good makes a part of a co-main event, you know, that's pretty good. And after that, you get a shit show. And then I think Rose and Wally were the last one, but they were never wasn't the main event. They should have been. I'm just, you know, but it's just often sometimes it just UFC has put some stuff together, and, you know, they just don't put the right fighters together when you do these you know, these fight nights. So all it is just these fighters are mostly just people want to climb up for contendership. And, you know, you also can't forget you know, Jillian Robinson was also on that same card versus JJ Aldrich. And some say that, you know, might be Jillian's last fight. You know, BJ, he's gonna be crying in the card as one of his girls will be probably kicked off. And, you know, and it's just the thing is that you just need to put together, if they get the right matchup together, each fight has to be a lot better. But sometimes it's just, you know, just shit show sometimes.
Yeah, what Mascacho is private thing. All right, good up again. Yeah, brother TS. Before we continue, brother TS, I want you to go. I put my secondary email. I want you to email me, and yeah, plus I want you to type something. I did something for you. So shout out to brother Chi. Yes, man, we here. Yes, we are. We here. We here, Chi.
Yeah. The question is, what's gonna be the next big pay-per-view? I mean, you know, I'm just
Oliveira
versus Poirier.
Nah, Wait, no.
Versus
It's
Gaethje.
Oh, Gaethje. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Forget that. So, you know,
oh, wait,
he
so
had
you guys
the
gotta skip the Alex Volkanovski
Yeah,
versus.
that's not big.
That's not
That's
big.
not.
okay.
It's not big at all.
Yeah,
It's
you're right.
possible. It's possible that the zombie could upset. You know what I mean?
Oh, please. And I don't even like the zombie. Please get rid of that Alex dude.
You heard it finally cut Greg Hardy.
Yep, I heard about that. They cut.
Oh,
They did.
wow. Shock horror.
Yeah,
About time, right? Is it about time?
That brother should have been cut. They put him in too soon. He should have been fighting one of the small organizations, build himself up. But he's not that good of a fighter anyway. I mean, it's just, he should either go back playing football in like a arena league or something like that, or Canada.
No, they couldn't.
I say a real league, not in the NFL, the arena league.
Nah, they ain't gonna take him, man. You do the messy. It's hard to get in, though. You know how this country is.
Mm-hmm. He could play in Canada. Where's Ray Rice? Damn.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like the brother Ray Rice, we had seen that brother never.
Never will either.
He's probably somewhere washing cars. Wife's on OnlyFans.
Well, Greg Hardy said he's not finished yet, so he might sign with another promotion, maybe like Bellator or.
I wouldn't take Bellator. I wouldn't take him. He needs to go. Maybe PFL or do some bare knuckle.
Now I'm thinking if he go bare knuckle, he probably do all right.
I think bare knuckle. I was watching a fight. It was like an old fight from I think about last year. It was Adam versus Beltran, and pretty good fight. But Beltran, he was kind of slow. You can see how he moved. He a lot of footwork, and most of the time he just put Adams in the clinch and just hitting them a good part of the time. That's what a lot of these former MMA fighters, UFC fighters, and other fighters are going to now because the fact is they get more money in bare knuckle than they did in MMA. And I think Paige Van Zant, she has one more fight, but she said take a step back.
Nope, she signed with AEW. I saw that.
Oh yeah,
really?
I saw that shit when she was like talking to Chris. I was on YouTube. She was, Chris Jericho. It kind of gave me flashbacks of him and Stephanie back in the day.
L-Dub Boxing in the building. Thanks for coming, fam. Thank you so much. Let me ask you a question, L-Dub. Do you know anything about MMA? Let me know. Well, welcome to the building, L-Dub Box. I want you to go support the. He be breaking down things, schedules, all that. I want you to go sub to the brothers. Anybody said something, number one grind and underrated darkness cinch. All right? Go support the brother. Also go support Escacha. Go support brother Watcha. Then all Ray George. I want you to go support these brothers. Support and also support this platform. We trying to do some things here and everything. Brother TS Boxing, if you're still here, please type some in the chat. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do, L-Dub, I want you to stay right there. Stay right there. Y'all keep on going, fellas. Keep on going.
Yeah, the thing is now, you're seeing a lot of these former MMA fighters going into wrestling now. You got Santa Baszler, you got Ronda Rousey, Cain Velasquez for about a minute. You had Ken Shamrock, he did it for a bit. Dan Severson, he did it for like a half a minute. You got Paige going to AEW. Per Gonzalez probably would be great. I know right now Cyborg is in talks with Thunder Rosa and thinking about going over and do wrestling because Cyborg, she has I think 2 more fights left on her contract. She's supposed to be fighting Arlie Blanco again. I don't know why they're having that fight. It's no point having that fight again. I mean, it's just Arlene's just gonna get busted up. It don't make no sense to me. But that'd be a good alternative for Cyborg, doing the wrestling because that's what a lot of these former MMA fighters are doing because it's good money. And depending on what organization with, because everybody WWE still is the big dog, but the fact is, I just saw a thing where Stone Cold he's thinking about coming after Kevin Owens, and and I might be tempted to watch that just to see Stone Cold because I love Stone Cold. He just I remember at a time when he was like I think it was trying to remember, it was the battle royal or something like that, and he was saying like he's gonna go and go throw a man over the rope, another man over the rope, go and get himself some cheeseburgers and a fish sandwich. And I said, you know what? He's not talking about a fish patty. He's talking about a fish sandwich. That's white bread and a whole fish. I said, Stone Cold, that's a nigga. I mean,
whoa! Can't say that word, man.
I can't say the word, but I was when I was younger. And I was bright and then, but we say that because rednecks. That's another word for you know what. But I was just he would say that. I mean, dang, I just love Stone Cold. He was just damn. You come out there, you hear that glass. I used to have a T-shirt. I had a quilt my mom made me when I was younger, and it was my Stone Cold quilt. Let my nephew borrowed it. I hadn't seen it since. That's been about 6-7 years ago, and that's what thing is. These UFC fighters are now going. These MMA fighters are going to that route to wrestling because the fact is, after a while, they get beat up. They don't make as much money as they should. The like popular ones like Ronda Rousey and Cyborg. There's great opportunities for them. You might you can't forget that Brock Lesnar was a UFC fighter for some time. He fought for the title. I think he was a champion. What's his name? Jack Swagger. He was a UFC fighter. He was Bellator. He fought in the MMA. Bobby Lashley. A lot of these guys. Even Batista. He did it for half a minute. And we can't forget the embarrassment of CM Punk. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh God. We can't. That was. The man who beat him got fired for beating. I mean, that just
okay. Cool. Now, what's up with the other matches? Let's discuss the other matches.
Let's see. XA, I think watch most of it. Did you? How much you watch XA? Because
I watched.
I watched like 3. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's discuss, please. Let's do it.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said, I watched the whole card, man. Like I said, the whole card was pretty good. I liked it. But like I said before, that it was the main event, which was the lackluster one, man.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, because I think Tiago, he got Yanako Sky pregnant, so now he's becoming domesticated because he doesn't have that savagery anymore. Once you get yourself a woman, she has a kid, you become daddy. Now you're gonna have a kid with her. You lost that fire. You got domesticated. You're no good. You're just like an old racehorse. All you put out for just to be for breeding.
I think I agree with Watcher. I think it has something to do with the ACL tear after the John Jones. Like I said, ever since he got the ACL tear, he was just never the same anymore.
It's just I look. I don't believe in sports psychology all the time, but maybe that would have been beneficial for him. So he could address it and then perform better. But I mean, he had a good run, man, for light heavyweight, and then the Jones fight, you really could have got the decision on that. But I mean, it's all gone to shit now, really. I mean, you beat Johnny Walker? Johnny Walker's no good.
Nope.
Johnny Walker's getting cut in a few seconds. So I mean,
oh God, that's
I don't. You should just call it. You should just call it.
Okay, we got the Jet Marie in the building. Okay. How you feel, brother? Thanks for coming. We ain't see you in a while, brother. Thank you. Thanks for coming. If you want to come up and talk some MMA, let me know. Let us know. Keep us going. Welcome. And I want you to go check out his live. He did an hour and a half ago. I'm telling you, broke down boxing beautifully. You check that out. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead, brothers.
You guys, wait, hold on. Excuse me for cutting you off, George. Did you guys see the Eagle promotion?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I think he's supposed to
Oh
be.
yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Can you break it down for us? Because I didn't watch it. I didn't see it, but they said
Well, I just saw the fight with Kevin Lee and Sanchez, and I mean, fuck. As much as I love Kamaru Usman, was he kissing Sanchez's ass big time? I mean, my God, Chael Sonnen, Cejudo, Usman. Jeez, I mean, there is a reason why they're not commentating on the UFC. I mean, shit. But anyway, Kevin Lee injured himself. Everyone's claiming Sanchez kicked his leg and then his leg went out, which is total horse crap. Okay, he done his ACL, and they thought Sanchez was getting confident, but in reality, Kevin was just piecing this guy up, taking him down. Sanchez did well for his age, but I don't really like to hand out moral victories here. He did lose all the rounds. They were making out like he won a round. He could win the fight on the scorecard. Kevin won pretty easily apart from the injury he had. He stormed through it. And that was at 165. So that's the weight division they have now at Eagle FC. And he's apparently like the number one guy there now. So, it was good though. Apart from that, I did like it. I just saw that one fight though, but I did like the whole setup. It seemed pretty good. Just don't get Usman Cejudo to commentate again. I mean, Chael Sonnen didn't even realize Kevin Lee had hurt his leg. He didn't realize Kevin Lee had hurt his leg until like 2 or 3 minutes later. He's like, "Oh, I didn't see that." I'm thinking, dude, he's literally like on jelly legs on his left foot. Like, how the fuck can you not see it? I mean, John Jones must have hit this fucking dude really hard because I swear, dude, some of these guys, they don't know what they're watching. For as much as experience they have, they're all over the shop, man. But I'm happy Kevin got a win finally. Fuck, I mean, and I do think this is better for him, Eagle FC, because, I feel like, he was kind of thrown in the deep end with the UFC. Even though he was confident he could beat certain guys, I think, the whole weight disparity is kind of a thing for him. I do think Kevin, though, needs to check his body up. He does get sick and injured very easily, and he's not a small dude. He's very stocky. So he really needs to get his density up. He needs to – because every time a staph infection, it's a back injury, it's a broken hand, it's a shoulder, it's a knee, it's a leg. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with Kevin Lee. So, good on him. And Sanchez, did well. But he said he's got like, 2 fights left or something, which is overdue. But, yeah, it was good.
Kevin Lee sounds like Derrick Rose. Always, I mean, he was a decent fighter, but I think he just wasn't ready for the big time. And the thing is, like, you talk about Burger King Jr. and Marty Usman.
Hello?
George, did you cut off?
Wait a minute, I'm coming. Hey, you got me? Oh,
Yeah, I got you.
I bumped my what's the face by accident. But Cejudo, Burger King Jr. I could call him, and Marty Usman. Mike Goldberg's no longer working for Bellator. I mean, you can hire him, and you don't need the American simp Chael Sonnen. I mean, the thing is, some fighters do not make good commentary. Michael Bisping. I mean, that's a good example.
What was wrong with Goldberg though? Well, that was the guy that was with Joe, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Goldberg. He was with Joe Rogan.
What was wrong with it? I don't know why they cut him.
Because it was kind of stupid because he would have said some really awkward shit during his like commentary during the UFC, and I guess Dana White didn't like that shit.
Yeah, because he was more like a professional. If you watch boxing, how would he commentate? He talk about the moves and everything like that. But these guys be talking about this and that, and they don't really like sometimes some guys like WMA Addict and Coach said they usually turn off the commentary. They just watch this, just watch the fight because they don't want to hear them. Most of these talking about stuff, or they just don't really focus on the fight. And Mike was more professional. He focused on the fight. He talked about the hits and the shots. Then with Bellator cut him because I think Bellator they try to save some money.
What? there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Jesus.
I mean, Eagle FC can use him. I don't think no one could be. You don't have green girls, or he not even have women fighting on his organization. Knowing him,
Maybe Khabib can come back and beat someone. How about that? Rather than run off as soon as the competition gets a little bit more hard. He's got an opinion on everything, that one.
yeah,
You know?
because
He's trying to compensate for putting a promotion on. I don't think that will last long, by the way. Like
No.
in America, at least. I think what he's going to do with that is go to Europe and promote it there more. Because he's got something against this country. But this country did put money in your pocket. So, you know.
And the thing is, if you don't like women fighting, especially people like somebody like Valentina, people like Mana Nunes and some of these other fighters, they keep your mouth shut. You don't like wing girls. The purpose of wing girls is to be a little bit of sex appeal during time of violence. Hey, who doesn't love watching a little girl walking around in a little suit holding up cards? That's the purpose of that, to be something a little bit, But he just it's. I understand you're Muslim. I understand your faith, but at the same time, don't tell other people how to live their lives. Mind your business. And then you say because your father died, your mother wants you to come home. I mean, man, that's an excuse. If you're afraid of the competition and stuff, you're afraid of fighting Marty Usman or somebody else coming up, or you're afraid of fighting Covington, like that. You shouldn't even be in MMA. Keep your happy ass in the mountain with a bunch of dudes that you like to hang around with. He's put an athlete Joshua.
Damn, George.
I mean, come on, what? How many boxers be hanging? I know Mike Tyson used to have a lot of dudes. Most of you have a lot of women too. We riding around with a lot of dudes on a boat. We've got some females around. Hey, we some female company out. Come out, whatever.
Wow, man. Wow, man. Why, man? I was hungry, man. Now I'm not hungry no more. God. Thanks for mess that up. Before I continue, I post all your channels in the chat. So anybody that want to check them out, if the channels, all this right there. So just let people know. Go ahead.
Bellator was on,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't watch it though. I didn't watch it, bro.
Yeah, I was surprised it had a Bellator event on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they rarely ever. Sometimes Bellator should do like this when the UFC was off those 2 or 3 weeks, or when they'll have a UFC event. That's when you want to put on a Bellator event when UFC doesn't have nothing, or you try to you can't like I remember how we like this. You can't do it on Fridays because most people are out about on Fridays, or you can do it on a Sunday. But especially now that football is over, it's nothing really much to watch. On Sundays you have that little empty spot because baseball hasn't started yet. Basketball is, it's still a bit around, but most times they don't have too many games on Sunday, and that'd be the smart thing to do. Hey, if you don't have an event, pace, do your events on events when the time when UFC does have one. Like if UFC don't have an event on Saturday, do a show on Saturday. If you say, well, can't do it on Saturday, I do one on Sunday. More people are home than then. That's a smart thing to do. Don't try to compete with the UFC or even bare knuckle. Don't try to compete with UFC. Don't even try to compete with boxing. Remember when Fury and the Brown Bomber had their third fight. They waited the week after next to have their pay-per-view.
Nah, because a lot of people were tuning in to watch Deontay Wilder and Terry Fury 3. That was the big fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody got any thoughts? Anything else? Like I said,
Anything else? I think
Watch, you got anything to say, brother?
he probably stepped out. Yeah, he probably.
Nah, I'm here. Sorry, freaking my thing is lagging. I mean, what's next week? Volkov and Aspinall. I mean, I hope Aspinall loses. And the reason being is that he's starting to talk shit. Once you start talking all that shit, I lose respect. But we'll see how it goes. They've got some UK fighters on that card. They got Paddy Pimblett, who's 100% on steroids. So watch out for that.
CBD.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Watcher.
He's on
Not
steroids, dude. You can't look like that and then be all bloated up,
right.
looking like
I
someone
agree.
that went and had freaking 5 jugs of beer in a London pub or whatever, or Manchester or Liverpool. Sorry, fuck out of here. Paddy Pimblett is shit. He's got terrible punch resistance as well. You watch that hype train, boy, that will come to a stop like in Spider-Man 2.
So, brother Watcher, you trying to say if somebody punch him, definitely flour coming out his body. That's what you're saying?
You mean
Yeah, man, he's going, man. He's going.
you mean he goes to
I
Dr. Pimple
agree.
Popper?
I agree. He through. He's done. He put a fork in. He done.
Yeah, like people like what's it what forgot his name, the one that Usman, I'm not Usman, that Francis put out to sleep. I mean, he put him into the
Overeem.
upper room.
Overeem.
Oh my,
Yeah.
he was a big one, like him and Frank Mir, and people talk about other fighters when they're on it, but when they get caught, they stop. But some of these ones that do get caught, they keep on doing it. That's why Brock Lesnar left, because when he created USADA, he had to leave. He couldn't fight. He can get put steroids when he's in WWE. They'll have to be guidelines. But when the UFC got involved with USADA, he had to leave.
Yeah, man, but I think when Brock Lesnar get older, man, he's gonna pay for it though.
Mm-hmm. He definitely like the Ultimate Warrior, or like even Schwarzenegger.
Les Luger. Remember Les Luger? That's sad.
Yeah, he has some kind of disease now. Where I remember I was watching was it was a Pawn show. I said, who's that? I said, who's that guy in the wheelchair? I said, Lex Luger. Oh my God, he was like.
He had a disease.
Yeah, he has. But that also could affect because of steroids.
Yep.
Dude, you know what? I'm so bummed out that we didn't get Cormier versus Lesnar. That shit would have been perfect for Daniel. Like, you beat Lesnar and fucking ride off into the sunset. That shit would have been perfect. But I think I don't know what the problem was. I think Lesnar wasn't with USADA or whatever.
Yeah, that's that was a big concern, because they were testing me. He probably has coke and antibiotic steroids all up his ass, and they probably, when he couldn't even wrestle, couldn't even fight in the UFC.
But then he got suspended at the UFC 200.
You did, yeah. 1 year suspension, no, well, 2 years, 2 years suspension.
And then he had all that stuff. He had like staph infections and all that stuff like that.
I thought he got 1 year. Oh, he got 2 years.
Jones got a year. Brock got 2.
Jones. Okay.
Yeah,
he got 1.
Yeah, and I think who else got busted? You can't forget the Spider. He got busted. And then you had Jessica Panay, who got busted, then got back on and got busted again. She was out for about 3 years.
And then Jones got busted again. I think it was 214, or was one of them.
It was 217, something like that.
217, yeah. It was one of them. But yeah, he got busted after that. He was hiding under the cage.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine that when they found him? He would have been like crawled up in like a ball or whatever, or like, I don't know. Like what made him think that would work? They're like, John, come out, John. Come on, John, you gotta come out of there,
Come out, little Johnny. Mommy's not gonna do nothing wrong to you. We're just gonna take you to jail.
He was crying at that press conference before that was before they had the rematch, because it got cancelled.
Yeah.
I think it was that, yeah.
And then they used that because they when he had that, because remember that fight he had with Gustafsson, the second fight, they were supposed to have it in Las Vegas because he had that little bit of pentagram of Tunnelball. They moved the whole thing to Anaheim because I think the county of California would let him to fight because even with a little bit of a steroid in him. But the thing was, they should have done this. I still remember this. They had to cancel a UFC pay-per-view because they didn't have a main event. They should have left Cyborg and Nunes in Las Vegas, let them become the main event. I know they didn't like it, but hey, that was the best thing to do, and moved Gustafsson and Jones too, and you could build a fight around them. You could move some fights from some fight nights and put it around that. But it's just because he was just a big gig, everything like that. They moved the whole thing. I feel like if they didn't, I think Cyborg probably would have won that fight. I still believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Anything else?
No, I think we all good.
That's about it. That's about it, brothers.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, you was right, Watch. It was UFC 214. It was 214. You was right. It was UFC 214. The fight between Jones and Daniel Cormier got overturned because Jones tested positive for steroids.
Yeah,
My
he's
fault.
he just can't get right. He just can't get right. He just I mean, I used to like John Jones. He liked the brother. I used to like him, but the shit he does is it's just, it's just, especially be a black man. Whenever you do stuff like that, every time you see, especially a successful black man do stuff like that, we just put our hands on our head and just say, man, why do you do this? Why? This is just, and everybody's on his case. But then you see other fighters doing just as bad, like Conor McGregor, fighting, old men in bars and fighting DJs and try to call out Machine Gun Kelly and then throwing dollars at buses. I mean, and it's just the double standard of this. It's just too much double standard of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, underrated. That's pretty much, man. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. All right. No problem. We're gonna do it like this. Oh, George, you gonna make your last remarks. Brother Gotcha gonna make your last remark. Brother Watcher, then me, and then we gonna close it out as a family. You go first.
All right, thank you, brothers. I appreciate spending time with you guys. We talked about, some fights. I didn't watch much of UFC stuff. I did enjoy the Invicta fight. I like to support women in MMA. I just did an interview a while back with a lovely lady by the name of Katie Perez. She fights in Invicta at 105. Also, I like to congratulations to my brother XA for turning 31. Welcome to the over 30 field, brother. And I like to appreciate all for being on here. Come checking us out. Support MMA, in whatever form it is, because these people, they risk their lives and their health, and they should get a little more than what they're getting now. I think if some of these fighters get a good chunk of change, they wouldn't do the things they need to do, like OnlyFans or try to make money, try to do, circumvent their lives. But they take a lot of risk, and they need a lot more support. They duly, truly need some more support that they can get in any of those organizations right now.
Okay. Brother Gotcha, last remarks, please.
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you all for the birthday wishes, man. Like I said, to me, it's still an ordinary day to me, but once again, I just want to thank you guys, and also I want to thank my brother, the number one grinder, for making this possible with MMA Talks. Like I said, without you, brother, we won't be here this Sunday afternoon talking MMA Talk. Also, I want to give a big salute to my brother Watcher, a big salute to my brother, the George Page. That's my big brother, man. Love the guy to death. I always troll him, but still at the end of the day, my brother, man. I love him to death. And like I said, thank you to everybody that showed up in the chat room tonight. Sorry that the stream was a little bit short today because there's not really much to talk about. Like I said, we talked about the UFC, and then we talked about a little bit of Bellator, and we didn't do our usual to talk. But like I said, it was kind of slow this weekend. Like I said, we'll be back next weekend as we talk about the UFC in London. I believe that'll be 3 years since the UFC has returned back to London. So pandemic shit. But like I said, I just want to thank everybody that stopped by. Also, I want to thank everybody who has stopped by and liked the video. And also, please subscribe to the number one grinder so we can get them close to 200 subscribers. I believe we're almost close to there, brother.
Yeah, almost close. Yes, sir.
Almost there, almost close. So
we're gunning for it.
Like I said, keep showing your support. Hit the like button, subscribe, and also share this video, man, so we could, get the word out of this MMA talk. But once again, I just want to say thank you to my brothers for coming on tonight so we could talk this. And like I said, we'll be back next weekend.
All right. Brother Watcher from Down Under. Last remarks, please.
It was good to be on. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on the card, and because I didn't watch the rest, and I got some good insight to it, so I appreciate that. Make sure you guys in the chat also sub to the other channels. Like we put their links in, so you can check back even on the replay. And yeah, as always, man, I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, thank you. Well, all the ones on the panel, all your links is in the chat. So don't worry about that. I took care of that a few minutes ago. So yeah, so the ones in the chat, these the brothers you need to check out. The Jam. Oh, I forgot to do the Jamboree, but we'll worry about it. I take care of that and everything the next time. But my last one, well, I'm just gonna make it nice and short. We be back tomorrow. Next week it's gonna be a lot more we're gonna talk about. Ain't all that much really talk about the cars. Certain cars was okay, a main event, what I mean, ain't nothing to sneeze at, what I mean, the ones the
No
fight,
main.
yeah, the ones that's supposed to win, they win, and the ones stake, they just think. That's all it is. So y'all gotta understand. Sometimes we ain't gonna be all that long, but whoever who travel home or your destination, make sure you take extra safety precaution because the climate out there is real and it's crazy, and we don't want nothing to happen to y'all. Also, please check out the live that I did earlier. It's a spiritual talk, so I want you to go check that out and be inspired and stuff like that. Okay, and I'm gonna thank I want your brothers to stay here after I close this out any second. I didn't put no music because the cars they didn't want to do it. 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 But I want to thank your brothers to make this a great night for in the MMA, and just keep on supporting us, y'all. We bring it every Sunday. It's going on like 2 years, right? Escacha?
Yes, sir. 2 years. Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. So we going strong. Ain't that many, but we going strong. We just have to understand if there's no MMA that weekend, we ain't going on. I'm saying, but they should be picking up during the spring and the summer. So we want people to participate. Also, ladies, we want you to come get on the panel and participate too. So we working on some things. So I appreciate everybody what you're doing. Be safe, be safe, be safe. And this is the end of the Underrated MMA Sports Talk number 33. Thanks, brother Watcher. Thanks, brother George. Oh, and thanks, brother SA Gotcha 23. Very much appreciate it. Thank y'all because y'all made the night. Yeah. George, I posted on channel already. I mean,
No, this is something else. I was going to send to you. You might want to use it for next time we need music.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. But I'm use my own. But I just want to thank y'all. Appreciate it, and have a good evening. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. This one is Ghost.
Peace and love, everybody.